Hello, hello. Hello to all you guys, and hello to everyone watching us. I'm Joy Hoke with Families as Allies. And every time there is a fifth Wednesday in the month, we take a few minutes to hop on here and let you know some of the things we've been doing that we would like you to be part of and some of our plans. But also, this is a time where y'all who are out there can give us any feedback you want. So I think you can do that in chat. And just let us know. But we'll start with um, some things we wanted to catch all of y'all up on. And the first two things are about some training. We're really excited that things have really been picking up with some of the trainings that we do. And then at the end of that, we want to tell you a little bit about one of our new projects. So we're going to start off and talk about the latest on our leadership training. And I will turn that over to Henry and Karina to let us know.
Yeah, so we're finally back in person. That was a great experience this past Saturday, being back in person with our Serving on Groups That Make Decision leadership training. There I am right there. Uh, this was very exciting, simply because this is a evidence-based curriculum that is used nationwide, and basically it is to help parents sharpen their leadership skills. Parents, we're already leaders, so the training is to help sharpen those skills that parents already have. And the second thing it does is prepare parents to serve on these decision making groups that make decisions about their children and youth. So we want them to go into these groups prepared. So in this training, we had interviews, we had role play, small groups, and it was just so exciting to see everyone, and also to see parents engage with each other for the first time. So it's very very exciting, and what we want to do is from this training to have parents to serve on some of these committees and groups that make decisions about their children and youth. Karina, you want to add something?
Yes, I really enjoyed the training for it to be the first training that we've done in person since COVID. I really enjoyed everybody that was actually in the training, and being able to interact with each other, and then seeing the enthusiasm in the participants' face, just the fact of being out and interacting with other people. The training was very very good. I every time I take the training, or even if I do the training, I learn something different and I gain a little bit more. So Henry, I really thank you for the training and the enthusiasm you bring to the training.
Yeah, I think I lost a few pounds. I got so excited. I was sweating and moving around, so I probably burned a whole lot of calories. I got my steps in. So, yeah, thanks for being there, Karina. You, me, Nikki. I know I can speak for Nikki. We had a really great time with the 21 families and the four other partners within our organization. And you can see on there, you can see the role play going on there. Very exciting.
And I think we had some comments from families. I don't know if you want to can flash those up there, Todd. I think we had some of those that we were going to share just about what families thought when they went to the training. And I just want to reiterate what Henry said, that any organization, any state system, if you have committees that are making decisions, the people receiving services and their families need to be on those committees. And some of them, it's even in law that we and people receiving services are supposed to be on there. So this is a terrific way. If you know people who would be good to be on those committees, to invite them to do that, to participate in this training, or we can do a training specifically for your organization. And then we really, really encourage any family who is interested in learning more about leadership to watch our website and sign up for one of these trainings, because there's all kinds of opportunities out there. I think a lot of these families were interested in Mississippi Thrive, which is an early childhood project, and their advisory board, and CHAMP. There's just lots and lots of good things going on. So please please watch our website, and that training will be coming up again in the next couple of months. And then if you work for an agency or an organization or a state system and want to schedule a training, we can do that too. They can contact you, Henry. And that's hmoore@faams.org, or just call us at 601-355-0915. And then the other training that has really been blossoming that we're really excited about over the past year and that has grown is the parent peer support training. And we do that in partnership with the Department of Mental Health. And some of y'all may remember that about this time last year, we had been doing part of that for several years, but they contracted out the whole training to us, and we updated it, and it's consistent with the National Federation of Families, their standards and competencies. And we've been really excited about that. And this last time we had been having like 2 to 3 people do it every other month. And this last time we had a class of 8. And again, they were very engaged, very excited, very into the ideas of what does it mean to be family driven and supporting other families. So we were very excited about that. And I know, Jackie, you went through that training. Did you have any thoughts about it?
Yes, I did. I greatly enjoyed the training. It's a week-long training that you go over a lot of information that's really helpful. It goes over what parent peer support is, about a parent caregiver living through their lived experience to help other parent caregivers going through similar situations. It goes through about it being family driven, goes through laws that govern child protection, about IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and about how your child has the right to FAPE, which is free, appropriate public education, and how you are a member of that team and know your child better than anyone. It provides a lot of resources through the training about letters requesting evaluations, letter requesting appropriate services, about formal state complaints, just information that's great to know in schooling with your child. It also goes over through the training about MAP teams and how they help families throughout the communities, and about the Interagency Coordinating Council for Children and Youth, and how the ICCY is obtaining their goals and assisting families. And I really enjoyed it. It's great information.
Wow, you could teach it next time, Jackie. You really learned a lot. Thank you. That was terrific. And again, we encourage now those trainings we do in partnership with the Department of Mental Health, and we schedule the parent peer support trainings at the same time that the trainings for adult peer support specialists, recovery peer support specialists, and youth peer support specialists are done through the Department of Mental Health. They had given us several weeks ago the calendar that they're proposing for this coming year, and in state government world, the coming year starts July 1. So for July 2022 through June 2023, and we all agreed on that calendar. So that'll be published soon. There is a training in July. The time to sign up for that has passed, but there should be another training. I think the next one will be in September. So watch our website. We will have that up there once we know for sure those dates are confirmed. And it's a great training, definitely, if you want to work in one of the providers, mental health providers that's certified by the Department of Mental Health, and do parent peer support. But it's also a terrific training if you want to work for us. We always have some part-time contractual work, or almost always have some. If you want to work in another system supporting parents, child welfare, juvenile justice, those of you who are doing this work in the healthcare system, it will help you in any of those systems. And if you're just a parent who wants to learn to support other parents, I think we had 2 that were actually working in other areas. One was in ministry, and another does private practice in therapy. They went through the training as parents. So it's a great, great opportunity, and we encourage all of y'all to consider taking it. And with both leadership training and parent peer support training, if you're a parent who is going through that training and it's not part of a job that you've been hired for or that you're going to be hired for, We also have stipends available that we can talk with you about to pay for your time to do the training, because we know both can be quite a commitment. The leadership training is a day long, and the parent peer support training is 5 days, 5 weekdays. So those are two things we're very excited about. And then, oh, and that is, thank you for putting that up there, Todd. Another thing that we have done, both for those who complete leadership training and just any of y'all who are interested in policy, we started scheduling regular leadership coaching and policy discussions. And at first we had that just for people who had gone through the leadership training, but then we realized there were a whole bunch of people who hadn't done that, who were still interested in policy. So we're still scheduling those once a month, and those are open to anybody. So whatever is going on at the time, some of y'all definitely attended those during the legislative session. Whatever is going on policy-wise, or if we have a new initiative and we want to let you know how it's supposed to be done, giving you all that information, we are doing that once a month. So there will be one of those, probably, I think it's the 4th. Okay. Oh, it's right in front of me. It's the 4th. I think that's a Wednesday in July. So we look forward to seeing all of y'all there. And then we are going to do some sort of quarterly event for people who have gone through leadership training, just to find out how it's going, if you've been able to serve on committees, and how that, if you need any support in that, and also to let you know about opportunities to serve on more committees that we've found out about. And then another thing with parent peer support, we had a great discussion, and I really want to thank all the children supervisors in the mental health centers who attended this. I know Lily was there, Dr. Marlowe and Jane from Pine Belt, and several others. A few days ago, we have quarterly conversations with people who are supervising parent peer providers, parent peer support providers, and that went really well. And it was really helpful to learn about what y'all, like the financing issues and the different programmatic issues that happen when you hire parent peer supporters. And we are looking forward to working with you on those too. So I think that's pretty much it on what we were going to share about parent peer support and leadership training. Can y'all think of anything we forgot? Did we tell everything?
I think we did.
Okay, everything in the whole wide world. Okay, so we also wanted to update you on, we have a new grant, and it's a federal grant. It's the Family to Family Health Information Center grant. And what Family to Family Health Information Centers do is they support families of children with special health care needs. And that can be any kind of significant health care need, including a mental health challenge, to support them in getting what they want for their child. So the right kind of medical care, the other resources they need, and supporting them in all the places where children are. So their home, their community, their school, and making sure both families who have children with special healthcare needs and those who are working with those families understand those needs and are working in partnership with families. And that project has given us the opportunity to look at some things that we've been looking at for a long time, but maybe we haven't really put into words. And one of those most fundamental things is just that idea about all children should have the opportunity to live at home with their families, to be able to get care in their communities, and to be able to go to school and do the things that other children should do without having to leave their home, without having to be taken out of school, that they should just have the same chance to succeed as all children. And we've been looking at a lot of things in that regard. But one thing we wanted to mention to all of y'all today that we're looking at, and that this grant and some of our other projects is really giving us a chance to look at, is the idea that every child, whether they have a disability or not, should be able to have a medical home. And I don't know, Todd, can you put that description up there of what a medical home is? Okay, and sometimes when people hear that term, they think it's a place. But this is what a medical home is. Right under where it says, where is your child's medical home? A medical home is a kind of primary health care. And primary health care is wherever your child goes to get their health care. So it could be a pediatrician, it might be a family doctor, it might be a nurse practitioner, but wherever they go. So, and it's the kind of care we all want. I'm sorry, I'm having a little... Okay, I just need to make that bigger. I'm getting old and my glasses don't work as well. So it's the way care is provided to your child and your family. And at the core of the medical home is a knowledgeable, compassionate healthcare provider. So somebody that you feel really good about working with, whether it's a pediatrician, a nurse practitioner, or a family doctor who's your child's primary care provider, and that you and your family chose to work with your child to take care of their health needs. And so they know your child, they're going to work, they're going to listen to you, and they're going to follow up with other health care providers to make sure your child gets other care if they need it. And that includes if your child needs like mental health care. And that doesn't necessarily mean sending them off somewhere. In fact, we're looking at more and more things where your child can stay right there with those people you already know and you feel comfortable with and get the mental health support that they need. And then that other resources you might need are there for you. Like, let's just say your family might have some issues with school or whatever, that they could help connect you with resources to support you with that. So works in partnership with you to make sure that medical, non-medical needs of your child and youth and family are met, and that the relationship's trusting and collaborative. They treat you and your child with compassion and an understanding of your child's strengths. There's a care plan that everybody, including the family, helps put together, and that you're respected, and so is your culture and your traditions. And so when all those things happen, that you're comfortable sharing your concerns and questions, and we're looking at ways that, and we'll be telling you more about this over the next couple months, to help families feel comfortable sharing what they want to with their primary care provider and get ready for appointments and things like that. But we really want to do everything we can to make sure that every child in Mississippi has a medical home. So we just wanted to put that out to y'all so that everyone could be thinking about that. And we're going to be doing outreach about this new grant and medical homes and just different ways to support families of children and youth with special health care needs. And of course, nobody can, and a number of us, including me, have children with special health care needs, but nobody's going to know better how that should be done than families of children and youth with special health care needs. So if you're not already involved with us and you hear this, please know that we would love to hear more from you. So we just wanted to put that out there, that that's something that we'll really be focusing on over the next few months. And we are looking forward to working with families. We are looking forward to working with medical providers and then other groups that are working with those two groups. So we wanted to let you know about that, and you'll be hearing more. And can y'all think of anything else we were going to go over or anything we forgot? Oh, and this is all in the context, thank you, Todd, of the idea that all children and all people with disabilities or challenges should be able to live in the community if they want to. So, and that just makes sense. And that's just the compassionate thing to do. It also happens to be the law. And there was a Supreme Court ruling that affirmed that back in 1999. And we just went through the anniversary of that because it was on June 22nd. And it was called Olmstead. So one thing we've been looking at within our organization is, what does that mean for us? And how do we support families? How do we support the state? How do we support systems in doing these things? And these are some things we've been talking about. So we want you to know these are some things we're thinking. And if you have thoughts about them, like, are we on the right track? Are we not on the right track? Please let us know. And one of the biggest is part of what I just talked about, that the places that children already are, like at school with their primary care providers, in the community, that they should be able to stay there. And that the people working with them should have the right information to help their families know if their child might have a disability and where to get more support. And then in the places where children already are, people working there have the resources to help families with their children. It's not just saying, here, go there, here, go do this, but they can actually, like in that medical home and at school, have what they need to help families help their children. And that includes backup and support from mental health professionals when needed. That doesn't mean sending every child in the universe to a counselor. It may mean that provider at that practice or that teacher at that school gets a consultation with a mental health professional so that they can help not just that child, but many others. And that children stay in their homes, their classrooms, primary care settings, and communities, and services and supports are brought to them when they're needed. And this is really important, and we're trying to figure out ways to help this happen more in the state, that when children need more support than the people already in their lives can provide, because we all know that happens, there is someone who can help families find whatever type of support they think, what the family thinks will be most helpful from wherever they want, where you're not told, okay, you can get it from this place, or you ask it one place and they say, well, we'll provide all these services for you. But where families find out about all the services that are available and where they can get them from, and they choose, and that the person that helps them shouldn't feel pressured to offer services from any particular agency, including the one they work for. And that families can choose from a wide array of services and support shown to work. Henry was talking about the curriculum that we use for the leadership training. It's evidence-based. Families should be able to know, like, is this service that I'm getting, is it something that's been shown to work? And is this person who's providing it to me, are they really trained to do it? And that families always have input into planning for their children, but also for all the programs, policies, and systems for all children. And that's why leadership training is so important, and parent peer support training is so important, so that families are always at the table. And families and others, and we're starting with families, routinely and objectively evaluate services and supports to ensure they are helpful. And, how do we set that up so that happens? And any organization, including ours, is at risk if they evaluate their own services for being biased, whether they want to or not. So how do we make sure that that gets done in a way that's objective? So those are some things we're working on and that we've been talking about as an organization. And that was actually in our newsletter that just came out. It's on our website, on the blog page. So if anyone has thoughts or comments about any of those, and if we're on the right track, we definitely want to know. Do y'all have any other thoughts about those? Do y'all think we're on the right track? You can tell me.
I believe we're on the right track.
Okay, we want to stay on the right track, and we want to check with lots of people about whether or not we are on the right track. Yes, that's the blog that has that and some other information in there. Okay, well, I think that's everything we were going to go over, and thank you, Todd, for helping me remember. Okay. Oh, thank you, Monica. And Monica is one of the people who just went through our parent peer support training, and she's also does private practice. So we really appreciated having her with us. Okay. Well, thank you. And we appreciate everyone's support. We appreciate all of you, especially the families who are out there. And we appreciate all the different ways that people support us, especially by being involved with us. We are also always appreciative of people who support us financially. And if you want to donate, that information is going across the bottom. And you can also go to our website. And I think there's a donate tab on there. And please, if you do not already subscribe to our newsletter, please do that, The Ally. And then also like us on Facebook. And we will be back. I think it's every third or fourth month this happens. So we will be back whenever that happens again for one of these. Thanks so much, y'all. And thanks for all who joined us.